Welcome to the Couple-preneurs Show, helping couples in business develop structure and strategies that nurture the balance between business and home, bringing you interviews and insights to give you the secret sauce of power couples. Here are your hosts, Oscar and Kaya Frazier.
Beautiful people, are you an entrepreneur, aspiring entrepreneur, or perhaps a wife or husband of an entrepreneur, boyfriend, girlfriend of an entrepreneur? If any of those things sound like you, this show is absolutely for you. I'm really excited to be here today. We've got a great guest. Cannot wait to roll into it. But Kaya is currently cutting her eyes at me right now because I'm probably forgetting something important.
That would be our sponsors.
Exactly.
Our first sponsor is Talk Shirt to Me, shirts that speak, cool designs that help you express yourself. You can check them out at talkshirttome.com. It's spelled exactly how it sounds, talkshirttome.com. Also, we have Carolina Runners, a family-owned trucking company. If you're an owner-operator looking for an authority, check them out. You can find them at it's carolina-runners.com.
I always get that confused.
Yeah, slash.
Yep.
So it's a dash, carolina-runners.com.
Excellent. Well, as I mentioned, we've got a great guest on the show today. I'm super excited to introduce her and her company. I've been out there on her site. It's absolutely phenomenal. Cannot wait to get her introduced. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Charhonda Crawford to the show.
Thank you so much. How is everyone?
All
Doing
right.
Good. We're
stuff.
happy to have you here.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Great. And so the name of Charhonda's company is Purely Kneaded Bodywork. And that sounds like something that I actually need, so I'm anxious to hear, more about your company. And but before we get into your company, let's learn about you. Like, give us some background about you, who you are, where you're from, all that good stuff, and how you got into entrepreneurship.
Okay, so my name is Charhonda Crawford. I was actually born in Jersey City, New Jersey, but I was raised here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I decided to do massage therapy initially for the money. So it was all about the money initially. I started as an educator. I got a certification in early childhood, and my desire was to open a preschool for 3 and 4-year-olds, which is still my desire, but no banks would finance me. So at that point, I decided I need to fund myself. What's the quickest way for me to fund myself? 6 figures. So I started a journey with my best friend. We sat up all night. We looked for 6-figure jobs. I was like, phlebotomy is not really for me. I don't want to stick people. Nursing is not really for me. I'm not really into looking at rashes and blood and things like that. And I came across massage therapy, and I was like, I can rub on somebody. I think I could do that. I knew nothing about massage therapy at all. So as I started to enroll in school, literally I spoke to a recruiter, and 7 days later, I was sitting in a massage therapy classroom.
Wow.
Had long nails on, eyelashes. I knew nothing about taking all of that off. I didn't have sheets or textbooks or anything, but it literally changed my life. It was where I was supposed to be all along.
Nice.
So that's just a little bit about my journey.
Excellent. And so, me hearing you say about, what your initial passion, is about opening up, something for kids and stuff is definitely pretty cool. And we've definitely heard, some stories about how sometimes going into banks can be difficult to get funding and finance and stuff like that. And so, but we're certainly glad to hear that what you're doing now is something that you're passionate about. So talk a little bit more about Purely Kneaded Bodywork. So, like, when someone goes to your site or to you, like, what can they expect?
So, Purely Kneaded Bodywork is literally what it sounds like. It is definitely needed massage therapy. Massage therapy has gotten a bad rep, in Western world, I would say, with it being, about just getting a rub down. It's just for people that have money. It's just for people that are looking to take a good nap. But it is so much more than that. In 2017, they actually realized in the United States of America that massage therapy is a part of the healthcare field. Which is funny because in the Eastern world, massage therapy has been medical treatment for centuries. Even in the pyramids, there was visuals of massage therapy being used to treat people for pain or different organ problems. So that's what my services are all about. I'm a clinical massage therapist. So clinical massage therapy is a little bit different because we're able to identify inflammation, scar tissue. We're able to tell you if something is cancerous or something looks alarming and you need to follow up with a physician. So it's very, very close to medical massage. But with our broad base of anatomy, we're not only using it to relax you, but we're also using it to benefit your health for the long run.
Now that is pretty cool. I just learned something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally just learned something. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a personal question, Charhonda.
Okay.
Are you married, single?
I am single. And I am not dating.
So let me ask you this, because a lot of entrepreneurs, we sometimes be cut from a different cloth a little bit, and we can be different animals sometimes. So when you are meeting people or family members, etc., how is it when they're trying to, you have a different lifestyle, right? Being that you have your own business than what maybe someone that just works a regular 9-to-5 may experience. What does that look like when you're like meeting people or even within your family? Do they understand? Is it something that you have to adjust to? We'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
So it can be a little bit difficult because I'm so business oriented. A lot of the people that I'm around are other entrepreneurs. A lot of my family is like, Charhonda, why you haven't been answering the phone all week? And I'm like, I've just been working. So I'm one of those kind of people that I not only work through my business in Charlotte, my massage therapy business, I work with other hospice facilities. I work at some senior living. So I pretty much work 7 days a week. But, I mean, it's like everybody says, you make time for who you want and what you want.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
yeah,
right.
Totally agree.
That's right. So do you find it difficult for like some of your friends and your relationships, do you find it difficult for them to understand like what you're trying to get accomplished and what your goals are?
Yes, sometimes. I'm the kind of person I think maybe 10 years out. So for me, I try not to share everything about what I have for the future. Because some people will be like, really? That's what you want to do 10 years out from now? But I feel like if I struggle in my 20s, I can relax in my 30s.
There you go.
There we go.
Totally hear you.
I like that.
I wish I was thinking that way when I was in my 20s. I'll be 40 years old this year, Charhonda. I'm getting old.
Wow. You are not old.
He makes it sound like 40 is so terrible. It's like, hey, it's a pivotal moment in life. Hey,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, and so Charhonda, in one of the books that we wrote in 2014, we have like this 4-step phased approach that we use when people are trying to like get into business. They're trying to talk to their significant other or their family members about their path. And the first step of that is around like being transparent and figuring out what they really want to do. Like in a situation like that, if you were talking to the younger you, right, the person that first set out on this journey, when it comes to being transparent, what would be some of the advice you would give to your younger self, right, about going out there and getting started? Like, is there anything you would tell yourself that you would do differently?
For me, myself, I wouldn't do anything differently. I don't regret a thing. I think that everything that you go through is necessary because it shapes you for the things that are to come. So every job that I hated, it taught me management, time management, taught me how to use my money properly to prepare me for the stage that I'm in at this moment. Because if you don't know how to use the things that you've been taught and you're stubborn, So what I would tell my younger self is that you should be patient, and that faith without works is definitely dead. That everything that you pray for, you need to put a step forward to getting it.
Love that. Yeah, really, really, really love that part. without the work side of it. I mean, we're into the law of attraction, and how the world, and if you get into the right energy flow, you can just about achieve anything that you can put your mind to. But that last step you just said, Charhonda, I think is so critical, of actually taking the step and doing the work in addition to the faith, right? You have to do, they have to, and so love what you just said there. Love what you said.
I love to always say you have to take the jump, right? You have to take the risk in order to get the work. So I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree.
Yeah, and Charhonda, one of the things that you had mentioned in your notes, it was about like inspiration, right? It was one of the cover topics that you wanted to talk a little bit about. Is there something you want to discuss about the inspiration behind the business, or what inspired you, et cetera, that you'd like to talk about?
Yes. So one thing I would like everyone to know that's listening is that it doesn't matter how many people root for you or how many people say you can't do it. If it's in your mind and you sit down and you put the plan together, it can be obtained. It's tangible. One thing I also want people to know is it's okay to hear a no. Everything is not going to go the way that you think it's going to go, but be content with the no and try to figure out what went wrong at that no. So for me, the bank telling me no. I went to 5 different banks, just so you all know. 5 different banks told me no. So for me, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I didn't wait around for investors. I didn't wait around for a family member to say, hey, I'm going to give you $1,000 to start your business. I literally started working 2 jobs. I literally put my children in daycare, and I said, okay, now let's get money.
I love it.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I couldn't have said it any better. The way how that happens, and that's the real side of it, right? When people jump out in this thing called entrepreneurship, it's a beast.
Yeah.
It really is. And you have to be prepared. For the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I really appreciate you, talking a little bit about that. On the education side, if somebody wanted to get into the kind of business that you're doing with massage therapy, etc., what would they need to do? Like, what would be their first step?
So if you're interested in doing massage therapy and you live in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, there's 2 schools. You can go to Southeastern Institute of Charlotte, which is where I went, which was amazing. Just so you know, this is not a 4-year university. This is something that takes 6 months to 18 months to do.
Okay.
For most massage therapists, it's a 6-month journey. For me, I did 16 months, which turned into 18 months due to lack of childcare. So if it's something that you want to do, Southeastern is definitely the school for you. We also have a massage and bodywork school, but you want to call around to the local massage therapy schools in your area, see who has payment plans. I know Massage and Bodywork School here does not offer financial aid. So for me, at the time of having 2 small children and not being able to pay for it out of pocket, financial aid was my only option, which Southeastern Institute does provide financial aid. They also provide loan options. So that's definitely something you want to look into, is how you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good little nugget of information.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, and as far as like your location, if somebody wants to get you booked and they want to get some services from you, how would they get in contact with you, and what would they need to do?
All right, so I'm located at 516 Eastway Drive in Charlotte, North Carolina, 28205. You can visit my website, purelykneadedbodywork.com. You can also follow me on IG at Purely Kneaded Bodywork, or on Facebook at Purely Kneaded Bodywork. And the best way, you can call or text me at 980-819-0893. And we also have gift certificates on sale until July 31st. They're $35 for a 60-minute Swedish massage. And that is not an everyday deal. That is because
I wish we were living in Charlotte. We would have been there today.
You should have saw his eyes lit up just now.
Yeah, that's the kickoff to the summer. Your kids stressing you out. They home all day. That's for you to get your body looked at and you to get relaxed. And I also send you home with some homework. So don't just think you come in and you get a relaxing massage if that's what you want. But if you have a goal in mind, I definitely give you feedback and give you homework to do at home so you can continue to self-care and self-love on yourself.
Outstanding. So I have one question for you. We like to encourage people to celebrate wins in entrepreneurship, no matter how big or how small they are. Can you tell us how you celebrate your wins?
Me, I'm really simple. Like, I wanted to start getting into a point where I start having like little parties, like, oh, let's all meet at this restaurant and enjoy a nice meal. But for me, when I have a really good win, it's like, okay, I can actually take a nap. I can actually take a day off. I run a nice bubble bath with my candles and listen to my music. I'll do, yoni steaming, or I have a spa day, things like that.
That's outstanding. It's definitely needed in this world. We work. I don't believe in work-life balance. I don't believe that exists.
Yes,
so it's
right.
absolutely great to take some time to get some rest and relaxation. And that's an awesome way to celebrate a win.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Well, Charhonda, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on our show. Just the energy that you exude tells us, it speaks volumes to the passion you must have for your business. Purely Kneaded Bodywork is definitely a place when we get to Charlotte sometime soon. We're going to have to definitely look you up and hit you up. One more time, what's the address one more time of where you're located?
So we are located at 516 Eastway Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28205.
Eastway, baby. I remember that. So we both are. We went to undergrad at Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte. So right there on Beatty's Ford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody that's in the Charlotte area, if you're traveling to the Charlotte area, please stop by Purely Kneaded Bodywork. Check Charhonda out. Great having you today as a guest.
All right.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys having me on the show, and y'all stay blessed.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you. I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon. Take care.
You've been listening to the Couple-preneurs Show. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.kothoughtleaders.com.